Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my finale to my Pan palette, and I feel like it's a yearly tradition now to wear this headband in my last video of the year basically, because I feel like I did that last year as well. So I feel like I need to make that a yearly tradition because I really like this headband and how many like opportunities do I get to actually use them. So yeah, here we are. So as I said, this is going to be my Pan palette finale, and I think that's really exciting. Like, I never thought when I started panning that I would be able to do a Pan palette for an entire year. I was always very bad with long projects. Like, when I started panning, I only did projects that lasted like maximum 6 months because I could not stay focused for an entire year on one project. So yeah, I'm really excited to be bringing you this finale, and I have told you before that this is going to be the finale and then there will be an intro to my next year's Pan palette, but I will be continuing with one of the palettes that I am using in this project as well. But let's start with that one. So if you haven't been following along this year, I am panning the Sleek Makeup PPQ Me, Myself and I palette, and there will be a playlist in my description box where you can see all of the videos throughout the year and kind of follow along on my progress. But as I said, I am panning this Sleek Makeup PPQ Me, Myself and I palette, and then I'm also panning this Viseart Dark Mattes palette. But let's start talking about this one. So first I'm just going to pop up a picture of what it looked like last time compared to this time. And so yeah, here is where we are. I did completely finish the gold shade since my last update, so that is 2 empties in this palette this year, which is definitely less than I hoped, but also I'm pretty proud of that. So I did use up this gold, and I did also use up this white shade in this pan right here, but I did mix, like I frankened the gold, a bit of the gold shade and also the silver in here, so there's still a tiny bit left in there. My goal was to use it up, but then I grew super tired of it, so I didn't use it for like 3 weeks. But I am wearing it today and I used it a few times. So yeah, let's go through my progress. The most obvious one is that this one is used up, and then I feel like you will be able to see a difference in this green, because when I was done with this one, I moved on to using this for everyday, and then I used this kind of on the center of my lid. I don't think I have a photo of that, but I did use this kind of on the center of my lid, and then I used Electric from the Subculture palette, the ABH Subculture palette. I had that shade in my Roulette Pan Collab, so I used that one on the inner half of my lid, and then this one in the center, and then I used the shade from here on, like I used the green on my outer corner, and then I used just a brown in my crease. I think I used this one the most, this one right up here. But yeah, so I did use that one. I did use this lilac shade a few times as well, so I think you can see a tiny bit of progress. I did use the black a few times, but that's basically it. So here is where we are at the end of these 12 months. So I could definitely have used this more and gotten more progress. I'm not exactly sure how much in grams I have used up in total, but I will leave that on the screen. And I think that's kind of equivalent to, I can't remember, but is it 2, or I think so, like 2 eyeshadows worth of product? No, it must be more because I have used up 2, so maybe it's equivalent to 3 eyeshadows in this palette. But I feel like I did use quite a bit. I had 3 pans in this when I started this project, and now I have more than that. And I also have 2 empties. I'm not sure what I will be doing with this palette now. I did have it in this project because I wanted to use it up because it was getting old, and my idea was to get rid of it at the end of the year, but I think I will just kind of keep it and maybe include this green and this lilac shade in other products, and then when those are done, and maybe the silver, we'll see. But I think mostly when like these 2 are done, I think I will just get rid of this palette because these are still really nice quality and I do really like them. Like, this green has gone bad and it just creases when I use it, or when I use it. So like, I won't bother with that one. But and I don't like this one at all either, because it does not have a lot of pigment, and I have a shade that is very similar to that one in this palette. So I think once I have used up these 2, I will just kind of get rid of it. And I think I will, as I said, include those in other projects throughout the year hopefully, and then I can use them up. So yeah, that was it for the palette that I've been using all throughout 2019. And I'm pretty happy, as I said, with the progress that I made, or not really with the progress that I made, but mostly just that I was able to stick with this project throughout the year, because I never thought I would be able to do that. And before I did this Panel palette, I used to do Pando's eyeshadows, and I really enjoyed that project. I think I was really successful in it as well, because I really enjoyed it, but I don't think I would be as successful in that project now, because I don't have as much freedom to kind of play around with eyeshadow. So I just feel like this Panel palette project is a really good project for me, and I am really excited to continue this in 2020, but not with this palette, but the other one. But yeah, so I know that I can do better. Like, I know that I will be able to use up more. Like, I know that I would be able to use up more eyeshadow than I have throughout this year, but I'm still not too bummed that I haven't, because it was my first year doing my Panel palette, and I feel like I always get better at projects the more I do them. So I feel like I will do better this year in 2020 than I did in 2019, and I think if I do a Panel palette in 2021, I will do even better. So the other palette that I have been working on since August, I believe, is the Viseart Dark Mattes palette, and this is just because I feel like it's a bit redundant in my collection and I was never reaching for it, but I do really enjoy it. So and that is kind of what I found from using it as my Panel palette, that I do really enjoy the quality in here and like the formula. So here is what it looks like. I will pop up a picture. It's so hard to see in pictures the kind of the progress I'm making on this, because I feel like I have dips, and I did try to film like a clip of this one, so I will include that now, and maybe you can see the dips in here. But I do have a dip in the kind of light orange shade, I have a dip in the purple shade, and I feel like I have a tiny dip in the green, and then I have a dip in the dark brown, because I use that as my brow color. I'm not wearing it today, I'm wearing something else, but I am basically using this every single day as a brow color. I don't think I will be doing that in 2020, because I think I want to pan something else. But if I manage to use up that one before the end of 2020, then I will go back to using this one as a brow color. But yeah, so here is where I am. I'm going to pop up where like the weights, and we can see how much I have used up in total. From last update I used up 0.2 grams of product, so I haven't actually used it as much this past month, compared to previous months, because I just was using other things, and I was really excited I thought I would be able to really focus on this one, but I was really excited to use other things, so I haven't used it as much as I did previously. But yeah, I'm still happy with the progress that I have made on this palette, and you will be seeing this very soon again, and then I will go through the goals and stuff that I will have for my first update. So yeah, that was the update on this one, and now let's go through some looks that I've made with the two palettes the past month. I might have more than these on my computer, and if I do, I'm gonna pop those up as well, but yeah, I'm only gonna talk about these. So first off is the look that I posted just a few days ago. I posted a full face of products I'm currently panning, and I did this look, and in this look I am wearing the lilac shade on my inner half of my eyelid, and then I'm also wearing the purple from the Viseart in my outer corner and in my slightly into my crease. And then I did this look, which I'm not really happy with the photos, but in this look I basically took the blue and I put that on my outer corner and kind of blended that up into my crease, and then I just took the purple on my inner half and blended that up into my crease, and then I took the lilac shade from the Sleek palette on my inner half of my eyelid, and then I took a shade from the Huda Neon Green Obsessions palette that has this kind of turquoise shift to it, and I am wearing that kind of on the center of my lid. So I was happy with how that look came out, like seeing it in person, but I feel like the photos are not very good. of that look. And then in this look I'm just wearing like the orange and the browns in the Viseart palette. And I am, if you're curious, I'm wearing from the Huda Beauty Neon Green Obsessions. I am wearing one of the shades from that on like my inner half of my eyelid. And then I wanted to take a photo of this look because this is basically the look that I've been wearing all throughout like September, October and November basically. Because this was the look where I used the gold shade, and this was the last look. Like this was the last amount of that eyeshadow in this look. And as you can see here, I have the gold on my inner half, and then I have like these three shades, kind of this one mixed with this one in my crease, and then this one on my outer corner. And yeah, I really enjoyed that look, but as I said, I did it all the time, and that was how I kind of used up the gold. And those were the looks. So as I said, that was the progress that I've made throughout the past month and then also throughout the year. And I'm excited about it. So I'm excited to keep going with this palette in 2020 and set goals, and then hopefully I might, like, this is gonna be kind of a spoiler for my intro, but or like for next year, but I think I want to do something like the pan porn project that LS did a few years ago, where she kind of chose, she had one pan palette and then she chose like 1 or 2 or 3 other palettes that she would be focusing on as well, to kind of try and hit as many pans as possible. And then when she felt happy with the amount of pans she had in those palettes, she would switch them out and then pick some other palettes and then try and focus on them. And I feel like that would work well for me, because I feel like I have a lot of palettes in my collection right now that have like 1 pan, and then a lot of the other shades in that palette look kind of unused, because I have had that pen in my Panels Eyeshadows project, and so I've focused on only that one, and then like the other shades in that palette have gone kind of unused. So that is kind of what I want to do, I think, for next year, is to use my pan palette, this one, because this only has mattes, so it's kind of easy for me to pull in other palettes that have shimmers and then use it alongside this one to kind of get some progress on that one as well. So yeah, that was it for this update. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Please let me know in the comments if you have enjoyed this series from me, and please consider subscribing if you haven't already. And thank you so much to everyone who has been watching and commenting and liking and just supporting me throughout this series. I couldn't have done this without all of you guys. So yeah, thank you so much, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!